Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm gonna need you to hold on to your hats for these crazy TikToks.
I just had the worst flight of my life. Oh my God. So I get on the flight, immediately, boom, drop my Stanley Cup on my big toe. Pretty sure it's broken.
Oh, those be heavy.
Then, as I'm sitting on the plane, perfectly fine, as soon as the lights go out, my neighbor, my passenger that's in the window seat, starts vaping.
On a plane, dude?
He pulls out his weed pen.
Weed pen!
Though, but I'm pretty sure it had like some THC in it because I could smell it. This man was vaping on the plane.
Oh my Lord.
I was like so annoyed by it because like this is a 4-hour flight and I don't want to be sitting next to somebody that's smoking weed on a small aircraft. And so I was going to be a Karen. I was going to call the manager, aka the flight attendant, and straight up snitch on this man. But so I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I don't want to be that person. Like, let him take his puff and like he'll be cool. No, he was popping that weed pen every 40 seconds.
Bro.
It was incessive. And then at one point he started coughing and I was like, oh Lord, here we go. We're about 2 hours into the flight. I'm laying down on, like my head is down on the tray. And then all of a sudden I start seeing him next to me. He starts like shaking and shaking and shaking. And I look up and I'm like, is this man having a stroke by me? But then all of a sudden he stops. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I thought I started to smell something funny, but like he didn't say or do anything or react. No one around me react. By the way, I'm in the middle seat and there's like this elderly lady that's to the left of me. And so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna play it cool. It smells a little weird. Thankfully, I had my eye mask that I put over my like nose as like a face mask because it just smelled weird and I couldn't tell what was going on.
Smelled like what?
And he wasn't complaining, so I wasn't gonna complain.
What did he do? Did he poo? Did he pee?
Fast forward, we get to our destination, or we are about, let's say, 10 minutes from our destination, and then all of a sudden, this man starts projectile puking everywhere.
No!
Became a biohazard.
Ew, yeah.
And now we're at this point where like the plane is like landing, so like I can't get up. Nobody's gonna save me. I'm next to an elderly lady, and here's the thing: he's projectile puking, but he's asleep. So there's nothing I could do. I'm not about to touch him. That's what he get for smoking on the plane. So as soon as we landed, I made the elderly lady get up, which I felt really bad for, but I was like, I can't sit next to this because the lights came on, and I saw how much he puked.
Ew!
And I was like, this is insane. Thankfully, I'm not a sympathy like throw upper. So like I didn't get sick. I got up, I went up to the flight attendant and I told her that the man next to me got sick and he is what appears to be unconscious because he's throwing up and he's not waking up.
How did they not know this? How did they not see this?
The flight attendant goes over there and starts shaking him and he didn't wake up. I thought this man died next to me.
No! What? You're laughing.
He died next to me. He woke up and he eventually woke up and did not even realize that he puked everywhere. I was the first person to get off the flight. I said, no, I can't sit next to that. So yeah, don't vape on a plane.
What in the actual did I just watch? I'm the kind of person that if I see someone puke or I smell puke, I will puke. Like, I will puke. So, like, if someone next to me puke, like, I'd probably projectile vomit. He's projectile vomiting. I'm projectile vomiting. Someone else sees they're projectile vomiting. It's a no from me, dog. It's, I have a metaphobia, and this is my literal worst nightmare. Realize, what is a metaphobia? Hang on.
I'm doing my research.
Specific phobia of vomiting is characterized by a marked fear of anxiety of oneself vomiting or seeing others vomit. Yeah, this is definitely your worst nightmare because what are you supposed to do? Like the plane is landing, you can't get out of your seat, you have someone puking next to you. I love my Benjamin, but on the airplane, wild. Like literally, y'all can't just wait a couple of hours. Just wait a couple of hours, you addicts.
Stop it. Get some help.
Y'all, like this TikTok blew up, but so I guess this is like part 2. I just wanted to say that this comment like really sent me because y'all, I was just as shocked as y'all were. But also, I just want to clarify a couple of things. So one, this is a red-eye flight. If you've ever been on a red-eye
So
flight, you know
sleep!
that once your flight hits a certain elevation, they cut off all the lights, so all the flight attendants were
Okay,
sitting
okay.
down.
I guess that makes sense.
This is why he was able to vape,
Okay.
and no one really know.
Yeah, but
except
there's a
for
light
me.
usually.
Also, why I didn't tell a flight attendant, because in my mind, if you were bold enough to bring a vape on the flight, I don't know what else you may be bold enough to do, and I'm not really in the business to around and find out, so I decided to mind my business. He also did not, vape the entire flight, but only reason why I mentioned that was because, in my opinion, this is why I believe he got sick, which happened towards the end of the flight.
It's the spins.
Also, with that being said, this was a red-eye flight, so anytime he would do something weird and I would look over at him, I literally thought he was sleeping because everybody else was sleeping on the flight, and maybe he was just trying to adjust or whatever. I was ignorantly incorrect because once the light turned on, which is as the plane was descending, that's when I realized that he is not okay. And the situation that I am,
Oh my God.
that I am in is also not okay. And that's when I decided to get up and actually get some help from a flight attendant, and let her know exactly what all happened. And I told her everything that happened, so she knows. And also the fact that you guys think that I should be administering help is crazy, because last time I checked, I am not a board certified emergency room doctor, and I am not equipped to save anyone's life. Best believe I'm putting on my mask first before I put on anyone else's mask. So yeah, also, I did not get any vomit on me, so I was definitely cleared from that. I do not know how that happened. I would just like to think that Jesus was just sitting on my side and was looking out for me.
He certainly was. But he projectile vomited all over himself and you didn't get any on you. Thank the Lord. Praise God is good. Honestly, you're a better woman than me. I totally would have tattletaled that. That. How did you even get through security with that vape? How? Always trust your mom's instincts. What time are you back? Not for a while. Why? Please don't make it late tonight. Okay, I won't. Sophie, I just don't have a good feeling. Please don't make it late or I'll worry. Why? What's wrong? We're just at the bar. I fell asleep waiting and started seeing this man I really recognized from the pool earlier. Do you remember the guy your dad kept looking over at? Mom, can you stop it? It's fine. Sophie, I'm being serious. It's really freaked me out. Please just come back and I will stay out later with you tomorrow night. Come back now. Your dad wants you back. Okay, I would listen. It's not even happening to me and I'm listening. Hello? Okay, fine, Jesus, we're coming back now. Thank you. I see him standing by the statue outside the complex. No. Your dad's coming to get you. Please just steer clear of him, Soph. That same man from the pool followed us back to our hotel room and tried to break in. He said he believed I was ill and that he needed to treat me. He grabbed me and had a syringe and one of his hands before my dad got involved and was dragged out by hotel security. The next morning, he was seen back at the pool and wasn't kicked out of the resort. Absolutely not. Oh God, this is scary. A syringe? Be for real. No. I know we don't like to listen to our moms, but we probably should. This is an absolutely odd. Look at this man. Look at his trousers. Look at his hands in his trousers. Does anyone have some holy water? Just fucking go away. Okay, I'm in my mid-30s and I'll go home, home. I say home as in where my parents live. I'll go visit. I'll go out with my hometown friends. We'll be out until 2 a.m. And my dad won't sleep. He'll get very, very worried. I don't think they ever get over that irrational fear. And guess what? Sometimes it's not irrational. All right, moving on.
So if you like baby daddy dramas, stick around for the tea.
I do.
My baby daddy recently went on a little YouTube series called Pop the Balloon or Find Love.
Music for TV and film. That's what I do.
Nice. Okay. So why did you end up popping your balloon?
She said she can't do a kid. It's not hers. She can't, you know what I'm saying? Sorry about that.
Okay. And so how many kids do you have?
I only got one. Just one, okay. I just got one. Okay. But, he's 4. Love him. He's like my own little clone, you feel me? Aww. So, yeah. But other than that, and then also you told dude he smoked.
He mentioned he only has one kid, a son. But he actually has 2, and he has a daughter. So Dante, if you're watching this, you owe $12,000 in child support. And anybody who supports Dante, you can help him pay his child support. Thank you so much.
Oopsie daisies. Why would you go on like that show is so viral, man. Like that, I never skip one of those videos because it's just so unbelievably entertaining. It's like if you were on a dating app, you know, you don't have to hear the noise of them saying no to you. Like you don't have to know, right? It's just kind of like you just swipe past and blah, blah, blah. But like this show is like a pop, I don't like you, bitch. You're ugly, pop. But dude, they're filming it. Do liars not understand that if you are on camera lying, someone is gonna find out? Most importantly, your baby mama. How are you not embarrassed? Girl, mine was on Tinder and in his bio it said wants kids. He has 4. Oh yeah, you want more of those, eh? You want some more? You have enough spawn. Him saying this publicly is wild. Like, yeah, it's so unbelievably dumb. And not only that, I'm a big fan of like reality dating shows, right? Like that is like my, I eat that shit up. I snack on it, okay? I love watching Love Island, Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle, like all that. I'm so invested in it. I love it to bits. But like, what's wild about these shows is that there are so many people who go on these very public, very viral shows and they lie flat out about having girlfriends. They lie on the show. They're all being filmed. All of their behavior is being filmed. All the times that they lie or they act like an asshole, it's all on camera. And then it's all broadcasted for the entire world to see. Does it not register to you like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be a complete a-hole because there's a camera filming everything I say and do right now? Or maybe you just don't care. Like, I don't know. Mine says he has no kids. He's got about 10 now and he's a whole grandpa. He's a grandpa! But he is a f***ing grandpa! God, remember the days when we didn't have social media and we like didn't communicate and like couldn't talk about this stuff and like people could just get away with absolutely everything?
Not anymore.
No, no, no.
I got scammed by a broke man and I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how it happened.
Ooh.
A couple weeks ago, I met this man out at the bar one night, and he said that he works for a famous basketball team, which shall not be named, but can be tagged. There were other red flags, but I'm not even gonna get into them because, quite frankly, I should have taken them as signs and ran the minute that I noticed them. We originally had plans to go out. He was going to take me out to dinner and then take me to mini golf. And that was supposed to be on Saturday. But I had a friend that was selling tickets to go to a concert. And I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I kind of want to go. So I texted him and I said, hey, would you be down to go to this concert? I told him the tickets were $100 each. And he was like, I'm down to do either one or the other. I'll take you out, take you to dinner and take you to mini golf, or we can go to the concert, so we have to pick. And I said, you decide because it's your money. And he said, let's do the concert. So once he said, let's do the concert, I was like, okay. And I bought the tickets immediately so that we could secure them because the concert was literally less than a week away. Preface this by saying, I just graduated college literally in May. This man is, let me do the math, 11 years older than me. And when he said that he wanted to go to the concert, I expected that he meant that he wanted to buy both of our tickets and take me to the concert on a date, okay? But because I didn't explicitly make that clear with him, I will give him the benefit of the doubt on that. The concert is getting closer and closer. I let him know that I buy the tickets and I still don't see any payment. And I was like, oh, like Zelle works best for me, you know, but as long as he sent me the money by the day of the concert, I really was not stressing, and I just left it at that.
I always find this funny because I'm usually the one that like pays for things up front, right? Like I'll put it on the credit card and you know, everything needs to be paid for right away. When you're talking about Airbnbs, you're talking about, you know, like reservations, whatever. You let people know how much it is, and people never really are in too much of a hurry to pay you back. You know,
where's the money, Lebowski?
They'll let you pay for it, but they are in no way in a hurry to pay you back. It's like, what would you do if I didn't put my credit card down? Would you just have not paid for this hotel or Airbnb situation? I gotta say though, the real ones, the people that I really like are the people that like, I'll put it in the group chat, I'll be like, okay, it was this much, this is how much you guys owe. Immediate e-transfer. We don't have like Venmo or anything. We have e-transfers in Canada for those who are unaware. Immediate email that says so-and-so has deposited it in your account, auto deposit right away. Love that. I love to see it. For the record,
kind of going on a bit of a tangent.
Do the people, like, unless it's explicitly discussed that you need to, like, wait to pay somebody back, like, maybe you don't have the money right now, which is like, okay, but like, how would you pay for this otherwise? You probably have a credit card, right? Regardless, unless it's explicitly discussed that you are not going to be paying this person back right away, do not assume that they can just put it on their credit card and like,
Oh, you just pay them whenever.
for f***'s sakes, just send them the money or talk to them about it.
The day of the concert, I get to his house and he's like, do you have Venmo? It works better for me. And I'm like, yeah, I have Venmo. So I send it to him. And he's like, perfect, I'll send you the money. I'm expecting that he's gonna send me the money in that moment as soon as I sent him the Venmo, right? That's what you would think as a 32-year-old man would do, because he should have money, right? The concert comes and goes and I do not get a Venmo whatsoever. And at this point, it's like, I'm not used to having to ask people to send me the money they owe me. So I'm kind of like, hello. So nothing has been sent. The next morning, I'm like, okay, and then when are you gonna be able to send me that money? And he's like,
awkward.
I'll let you know.
I'll let you know.
And he doesn't give me a final date. So then a couple days go by and he goes on vacation. And
so he does have
Florida
money.
for the weekend. While he's there, I text him and say, is there any way that you can send the money by this date, just because I have rent coming up and all these other things, and like, although, you know, I don't need the $100 to be able to pay my rent, it would definitely be nice to have that money in my account.
You don't need to make excuses for anything. That's your money.
And obviously I expected it to be 200, not 100, but whatever. He kind of doesn't really respond, and he's like on vacation for a couple days, and then he's like, I'm gonna get it to you by Wednesday, and that's when I'm getting my paycheck. Now, at this point, I'm like a little bit weirded out, because I would think that you would have the money to be able to pay me without needing to wait for your paycheck to come through, but I will never judge someone based on their financial, you know, how they are financially, whatever. So I was like, okay, Wednesday. I'm expecting it Wednesday, first thing in the morning. Wednesday comes along and I don't get any Venmo. I don't get anything, no mention of money whatsoever. So I ask, hey, you know, when can I expect this money? And he's like, it should be coming in later today. As soon as I see it hit my account, I'll be sending you the money. And I'm like, okay. Now we had plans to hang out this Wednesday, so I was already going to see him in person. I go over to his house, and one of the first things I say is, what's going on with the money? You know, why haven't you been able to send me it? Like, at this point, it's been almost 2 weeks since I bought the tickets. And he's like, I have the money. It's just, I don't have the liquid money right now. You know, I spent it a lot of money, $573 to be exact, while I was on vacation in Florida.
So you spent
like,
money on
great,
vacation.
That's awesome. Spend as much money as you want while you're on vacation, but where's my money?
Not your
Because
problem,
why
bestie.
are you out here playing around and playing in my face? I'm like, did the money come into your account? Like, where is it? Why haven't I gotten my Venmo yet? And he's like, I don't know. I usually get it on Wednesdays. Like, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, maybe I have to wait until tomorrow. I just checked. It's not in my account yet. And I'm like, okay. By this point, I actually kind of go off on him, and I'm like, you knew that you were going on vacation long before I bought the tickets to go see this man perform. Because it was ultimately his decision to go see Mr., you know, one of one perform. He knew that he wasn't going to be able to have the money to send me by the time that the concert came, so he should have told me that before I bought the tickets to go to the concert. The reason why this made me so mad is because this man, he ended up meeting the guy we were going to see and getting offered free tickets for VIP and whatever from the security, because he worked out with them and their facility. And he had communicated with me that he wasn't going to be able to send me the money for the tickets, which his bum $100. Like, it's $100, okay? You're 32 years old. You don't have $100. I'm getting ahead of myself. Had he communicated that, I would not have bought the tickets, because I didn't really care that much to spend $200. I did it because I thought that he was going to send me the money back, and that it was going to be like our date instead of going out to dinner and all these other things. He's like, you're right. I'm sorry. Like, I should have told you, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, I didn't think that it would like be this big a deal. It's just $100. And I'm like, yeah, it's just $100, but at this point, it's the principal. I don't even care about the $100 at this point. Now you owe me interest, you owe me emotional damage, you owe me a lot more than just $100, and you owe me gas money because I've driven you to work 3 times because your little bum doesn't have a car because it's in the shop. I work really hard for my money, and I'm not working hard for my money to spend it on him.
Okay, the issue here is not the $100. Well, it kind of is, obviously. But he knowingly went on a date with this girl, allowed her to pay for him, then strung her along, making her think that he would pay her back, and he's not doing it. If you cannot afford to take a girl out on a date, she gave you two options, okay? Do not allow her to pay for you without having the intention of paying her back. Like, you're straight up scamming people. I don't discriminate, all right? I went out with a lot of men who, you know, like, were not financially in a good spot. Toronto's a very expensive city, all right? Do not discriminate. But I would at least expect them to pay for themselves. Like, I'm sorry. What the actual is going on? He sprinkled you, girl.
Hello? I don't work for the NBA. You do.
Oh.
By the way, it's very unlikely of me to put any of my business on the internet because I don't roll like that. So the fact that I'm bringing it to the internet really speaks levels, because it means that I am at my wit's end, because at this point, you would not believe. You would not believe. Not only do I still not have my money, it is now days after the day that he said he would send me the money. On top of that, he's out at the river tubing all day today. He saw that the money got delivered to his account. He was like, it just needs to go through this and this, and then I'll transfer you the money.
No, he's not paying you back,
I said,
babe.
I expect it today, and
He's a
I expect
scammer.
gas money. No response. Haven't heard from him in however long. Yet he was able to pay his rent, so I know that the money has gotten transferred into his account. At this point, he's clearly avoiding me, playing in my face, and he's probably going to try to get away with not sending me the money. And when I tell my friends about it and the people I work with about it, they're like, you need to take him to small claims court. Well, I'm taking you to the TikTok court, and the people can decide. And now I'm stuck fighting with someone over $100. It's just $100. It's not that much money, but like, it's the principle. Now I want my $100 simply for the fact that, like, simply for the principle of it all. I'm on hourly, he's on salary, and I have more to my name than he does. In liquid cash. At this point, if I was a bank, there would be interest, and he would owe me $350. So, Devin Booker, can you please tell your assistant coach to send me my money? Thank you, and goodbye.
And she named some names. Oh, wow. She named the names. I love to see it. I love to see it, because how else is he going to face repercussions? How else is he going to face the humiliation of the internet? And how else are you going to get your money back? You're better than me. I would have left his house with $200 worth of something. You lost me at I drove him to work 3 times. Really? That's where she lost you? Unfortunately, this $100 is a lesson, because he's not paying you. He's not. I mean, he might. I'd be a little embarrassed. Okay, so there's some people in the comments that are saying, I mean, didn't you invite him out? Why is he paying $200? I'm lost. What do you mean? Literally, what do you mean? What's this like wild goose chase over the $200, or like at the very least the ticket for him, if he wasn't gonna pay her back? No, absolutely not. You're a Dusty. You're a Dusty. You've done it before, haven't you? All right, hats off to these crazy TikToks. Don't these TikToks make you feel like your life is boring? Honestly, let's keep it that way. Subscribe.